today. Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm DC.
I'm AJ.
Watching
Barside
Jive Live. Coming to you from AJ's on Main Street,
In the historic downtown Grapevine.
Texas. Absolutely. Don't forget the historic part, because
You ever heard about Grapevine?
yeah, John Wesley Hardin killed a man for snoring right there where the hotel used to be. Go ahead.
Historical town with a drinking problem?
Only because AJ's on Main. Hey, so how's everybody doing this morning? Thank you for joining us. We've got a jam-packed show today. Jam-packed, full of inspiring, soulful chit-chat, where we share all of our intellectually stimulating wisdom. What are you looking at?
Look at this shirt, man.
You like my shirt?
No.
It's cool, man. Like my shirt? You probably like it better. It was off the shoulder. So,
So what's going on in the world?
a lot.
Yeah.
A lot's going on. You know, it's interesting listen to issues, because the thing with the media is about to drive me nuts, because I channel surf and watch the different media outlets and their take on the same events, basically. No doubt about it that the media is not fair and impartial any longer. They have totally chosen sides.
If you have an opinion, and that opinion disagrees with theirs, well, now you're being a racist, or you're offending me.
Oh yeah,
or,
the racist is the first thing that comes out.
you know, it's crazy. It's just absolutely insane.
Yeah. I was looking at an article, and it was talking about how the fact that within the first, I think, 60 days of Trump's administration, the media covered him positively only like 5%, compared to 80% with Obama. So it's clear to see that the media bias definitely exists. What the hell is going on over there?
Beer's here.
Beer's here. We got fresh beer.
Bringing in some Dallas Blonde.
Dallas Blonde. Well, that's one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's hard not to talk about politics, though, because it's just like...
I don't watch a whole lot of it. I get an email or something, and I'll go in and read the article about it. I try not to watch too much of the news anymore, though. But I'll go and read about it, or I'll have like a little portion of the video attached to it. I'll go and look at that, and that's about as much as I can stomach. I watched a little bit of Oprah's speech, where she was talking about you have your truth. Well, there's only the truth.
Right. There's one.
And then the other is your opinion.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting that you got a room full of people at that event that for 20 or 30 years have known what's going on behind the scenes. And they come out, they get all dressed up and come out like it just happened, and now they're...
It's a travesty.
Yeah, now it's like hashtag do something.
Yeah.
And it's been going on for 20 or 30 years.
What's the one? I just read an article about the one girl that accused him in 1990, and she got blackballed.
Yeah.
From Hollywood.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, apparently 3 of them didn't get invited to the Globes the other night. 3 of the original accusers didn't even get an invitation. So I mean, it's the crap still goes on, but they act like, oh, it's a movie. You know what it is? It's a thing to do now.
The cool thing.
It's the cool thing. Yeah.
The what's the girl's name? Broderick, that accused Bill Clinton of rape. She cracked on Oprah, asking. So now I have a
Juanita,
voice.
Juanita Broderick.
For the 20 years that I've been saying that this was going
Yeah,
on,
no one listened to her.
Nobody listened to me. So can I have a voice now?
Yeah.
Can I tell my truth?
Yeah. Well, it's because they like the guy that assaulted her. That's the difference. Anyway, it's all a mess. But
the economy's thriving. Stock market's up.
Well, hell yeah. The Dow's up. Huge, just hitting up 25,000 the other day. I mean, it's
the businesses are coming back.
Yeah. Look at your 401k. That'll tell you what's going on.
It's the largest, I always say the most massive, but it's the largest tax cut in the history of our country and reform. And I noticed this just came out 2 minutes ago. They handed it to me. AT&T plans to increase U.S. capital spending $1 billion and provide $1,000 special bonus to more than 200,000 U.S. employees, and that's because of what we did. So that's pretty good. $3.2 trillion, just think of it, in tax cuts for American families, including doubling the standard deduction and doubling the child tax credit. One thing very important for the farmers, the great farmers and the great small business owners that were forced to sell their businesses at bargain basement numbers. We have provided, for the most part, estate taxes wiped out so they can keep their farms in the family, and that to me is a very big factor. This is going to mean companies are going to be coming back. I campaigned on the fact that we're not going to lose our companies anymore. They're going to stay, and that means jobs, and it means really the formation of new, young, beautiful, strong companies. The pass-throughs you know all about, and the small businesses are going to be big beneficiaries. We are going to bring at least $4 trillion back into this country, money that was frozen overseas. So it's really, I guess it's very simple when you think you haven't heard this expression, but we are making America great again. You haven't heard that, have you?
The Trump administration just beginning physical testing on the southwest border, the wall prototypes this week. This as brand new numbers prove that the president is making good on a campaign promise to crack down on illegal immigration. Border arrests plunging to a 45-year low as deportation arrests soar to new records.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
The U.S. military says ISIS has lost 98% of the territory it once held, half those losses coming since President Trump took office. Critics say the Obama administration micromanaged the war.
The rules of engagement under the Obama administration were onerous. I mean, what are we doing having individual target determination being conducted in the White House, which took, in some cases, weeks and weeks?
Today, the latest American intelligence estimate says less than 1,000 ISIS fighters remain in Iraq and Syria, down from a peak of up to 45,000 just 2 years ago. U.S. officials credit nearly 30,000 U.S.-led coalition airstrikes and regional partners on the ground, killing more than 70,000 jihadists, but a few thousand have returned home. The remaining ISIS strongholds concentrated in a small area along the Syria and Iraq border. ISIS at one point controlled an area the size of Ohio.
What the Trump administration did was allow execution decisions to be made in accordance with the guidance that he provided. We could have accomplished our objectives through the use of overwhelming power in 3 months, not 3 years.
General Deptula says ISIS-held oil supplies were not targeted for 15 months beginning in 2014 for fear of collateral damage, giving the terror group an additional $15 million in revenue.
Candidate Trump promised to get rid of 2 federal regulations for every 1 added. Today, President Trump claimed his deregulation efforts are well ahead of schedule. He says the ratio is really 22-1.
During the campaign, President Trump promised to free American businesses of what he called burdensome, duplicative, and ineffective government regulation. Today, he used a pretty dramatic example to show just how bad the situation has become.
This is what we have now. This is where we were in 1960.
President Trump brought props to the Roosevelt Room today to illustrate just how federal regulations have exploded since 1960.
1, 2, 3.
It was an opportunity to brag on his efforts to cut red tape, dialing back government regulation, saying his administration has eliminated or delayed 1,500 planned regulations, adding that his plans to eliminate 2 regulations for every new one implemented has been successful beyond his wildest imagination.
For every 1 new regulation, we have eliminated 22. 22. That's a big difference. We aimed for 2 for 1, and in 2017 we hit 22 for 1.
Reducing regulation is part of what the White House calls a suite of economy-boosting measures.
It's a bounce back from those hurricanes. And remember, we thought we had a job loss in September. Now it looks like 18,000 jobs created in September, and then a net new jobs of 261,000 in October. That's the strongest job creation in almost a year. So that's a good number. It shows you companies are hiring. We know layoffs are down and companies are hiring. Let me show you the unemployment rate, because this ticked down to 4.1%. That is the lowest, again, since late 2000. This is a strong job market. This is a job market where someone who wants a job and has the skills for a job is getting a job.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
The individual mandate on health care, where you had to pay not to have insurance. Okay, think of that one. You pay not to have insurance. The individual mandate has been repealed.
The individual mandate, you argue, is unethical.
It's like selling you swampland. I mean, how can the government force you to buy something that doesn't give you the thing that it claims it's going to get you, the promise, actual health care? What if you can't get a doctor that'll see you? What if you're stuck inside one of those large deductibles? Bronze plan is now averaging $6,000 a year deductible. You never get to the actual policy bill.
People should not have Ferrari-type coverage. Why not?
Well, let me tell you how it will work for people. Everyone out here is going to understand this point. If I say you own a car and you have to have car insurance, would I ever tell you you need a Ferrari-type coverage? No. We'd let everybody have a Toyota type. We'd say if you want to go on the road You have to have basic Toyota insurance. Everyone understands that a Ferrari should pay more to cover collision. Well, so then why should someone that's healthy and young pay a lot more to cover someone who's been smoking or who's overweight or has a pre-existing condition and has much higher health bills? That may be the government's role. It's not the role of someone who owns a Toyota.
It really is the linchpin of Obamacare, this idea that the government can force you to pay money to a private entity that you don't want their product, and you're being forced to buy it. So repealing the individual mandate is a big part of getting rid of Obamacare, but it also coincidentally helps the tax cut to be a little bit bigger because it reduces some of the cost of the government.
The Obamacare mandate is a significant bump for the middle class, and here's why. Bill, you don't know this, but 80% of the people who paid that penalty last year are making under $50,000 a year. So it's significant for them to either pay $1,200 in a penalty or to pay $5,000 premium for a bronze plan. Someone making $40,000 out there, you're stuck in the middle. You can't afford the mandate to pay the penalty, and you can't afford the premium. If we get rid of that tax penalty, I'm going to save somebody that makes $40,000 a year, $1,200 a year. That's a significant amount of money in terms of a tax save.
It has not taken President Donald Trump long to jump into his new role feet first. On this first Monday of his first week in office, the president set about to fulfill some campaign promises that got him elected.
With the stroke of his executive pen, President Donald Trump fulfilled a central campaign promise and killed one of President Obama's signature trade deals, the Trans-Pacific Partnership.
Great thing for the American worker, what we just did.
Meeting with union leaders this afternoon, the president defended his actions, insisting TPP was not in America's best interests.
You guys did a great job.
The president also signed two other executive orders, one implementing a hiring freeze on federal workers, the other reinstating the so-called Mexico City policy, prohibiting federal funding of foreign organizations that promote or provide abortions.
You are great people.
Trade and jobs were the prime focus of President Trump's self-declared first day at work, meeting with business leaders in the Roosevelt Room. The president pledged to reduce what he has called business-killing regulations by as much as 75%.
As of today, the United States will cease all implementation of the non-binding Paris Accord and the draconian financial and economic burdens the agreement imposes on our country. I was elected to represent the citizens of Pittsburgh, not Paris.
The president citing the Green Climate Fund is just one reason why inclusion in the accord is costing the country a vast fortune, but the move drew widespread backlash. Secretary Hillary Clinton called it a historic mistake, and Vice President Biden tweeted this: "We're feeling impacts of climate change. Exiting #Paris Agreement imperils U.S. security and our ability to own the clean energy future." President Obama, who signed the pact in 2015 as an executive order, sidestepping Senate approval, expressed regret in a statement saying, quote, "Even in the absence of American leadership, I'm confident that our states, cities, and businesses will step up and do even more to lead the way and help protect for future generations the one planet that we've got." International leaders assailed the move as a setback for global efforts to combat climate change, and climate scientists decried it and issued dire warnings of greater risk of increased greenhouse gas emissions. But the administration vigorously defended the move, Vice President Mike Pence pointing to unfair burdens.
This is an agreement that puts an enormous burden on American consumers, on the American economy, while allowing countries like India and China to virtually get off scot-free for a decade or more.
President Trump fulfilling a campaign promise to formally recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital and move the U.S. Embassy.
Previous presidents have made this a major campaign promise. They failed to deliver. I am delivering.
What the president did today was, one, listen to the will of the American people. They just unanimously voted again 6 months ago, Republicans and Democrats, to do this.
It's obviously an act of not only political bravery, but moral courage to move the embassy, but just to recognize Jerusalem as Israel's capital. The absurdity of the U.S. policy suggesting that Jerusalem was not Israel's capital has resulted in idiocies like the fact that my niece, who was born in Jerusalem, it says on her passport Jerusalem, and then it doesn't say which country she's from. Jerusalem is only important to the world because of Judaism. It's important to Christianity because it was first important to Judaism. It's important to Islam because it was first important to Judaism. Jerusalem is mentioned hundreds of times in the Jewish text. Jerusalem is in the Israeli national anthem. The culmination of Jewish history really was in 1967 with the recapture and the unification of Jerusalem under Judaic rule. The freedom of Jerusalem was only assured, by the way, because of that Jewish rule. What President Trump is doing is not just a recognition of reality, it's also an act of political usefulness, because all of the negotiations that have been happening for the last 20 years, for most of my lifetime, all of those negotiations have been preconditioned on stupidity, that Israel is going to give up its eternal capital, which is insane. I mean, in order to understand how dumb that is, you have to think that for Israel, Jerusalem is about 1,000 times more important than Washington, D.C. is to the United States. I mean, the founders put Washington, D.C. on a swamp because they just wanted it to be not part of any state. The reason that Jerusalem is where it is because the Bible says it is where it is. There's a religious adherence to Jerusalem that doesn't exist for normal capitals around the world. And for President Trump to recognize that this isn't going anywhere, that the freedom of Israel is just inherently connected with the freedom of Jerusalem, and that any negotiations that are to take place are going to have to be done by the Israelis themselves, and the Israelis are going to have to make decisions about what to do with their capital. Well, it's a ground shift, and it's a recognition of a reality that's necessary in order for real peace to be achieved in the region.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Yeah.
But this guy must be crazy.
Yeah. He's crazy. Consumer confidence is up. I mean, we're thriving economically since that guy got elected than we have in a long, long time. And yeah, he's crazy. I'll tell you the only thing crazy about him is that he chose to run. He chose to leave an amazing lifestyle to subject himself to be attacked day in and day out by a bunch of freaking assholes.
But all the ones that are attacking him used to love him.
Oh yeah, well now
used to grovel at his feet. Yeah. Give me some money. Give me some money.
Now because he jacked with their plans. See that he wasn't supposed to be in there.
Scott Hall said he's watching from Manila.
Manila.
I wonder if they still have the Playboy Club over there.
I don't know. Do they even have TVs?
Manila?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man. We got a Gillinger on there.
Morgan?
Yeah.
Baby, get to work.
Yeah. Come down here and cook some brisket.
Let's see. Jarvis said it's not working on YouTube.
What?
Well, I just got a message that says it's not working on YouTube.
It's not working on it.
Oh.
Oh, you guys can't hear us?
No, it's just not working on YouTube, but it's working on Facebook because I got it on mine.
Well, it wouldn't be working on YouTube unless
Not
we
yet.
post it.
Yeah, it's got to be posted.
Yeah, the only stuff on YouTube, Jarvis, would be the stuff that we've already done that was recorded and posted to YouTube. It won't be live on YouTube. It's everything on YouTube's pre-recorded. And our YouTube channel, by the way, is youtube.com/Barside Jive with a live on the end. And
Hey, Trish is on there. Where you at today, Trish? Is it cold?
Where's our roving reporter? She in Florida, where it's winter wonderland. Yeah. And I can't wait till spring. I like the cold through Christmas. I'm done.
Somebody posted that. Okay, Christmas is over. Bring on summer.
Yeah, I'm ready. Get the Harley out. And
she said it's gray and cloudy in Destin.
Wow. What's gray and cloudy here? Grapevine.
It's supposed to be sunshine today, though. It's supposed to get up.
Is it?
It's supposed to get up to 60.
16?
60.
Oh, 60. Yeah.
But I think once that burns off, it might warm up a bit.
Yeah. Well, let's remind the folks we've got our bar phone, 747-477-2898. 747-477-2898 is our bar phone. You can call in for a more personable experience and chat with us.
Ask us something.
Yeah.
So, Alabama.
Yeah, 26-23.
I turned it off. I thought they were
going to lose. Thought it was over.
Yeah.
How many times have we done that, though?
Yeah.
You used to do that with the NFL, didn't we? Turned it off completely.
Turned it off completely. Yeah.
Instead of watching the NFL, now I kneel during the.
Yeah.
I kneel during the NFL. No, not during the whole thing. Just in the beginning. If you want to call in, you can. We need another contestant because I've got a Led Zeppelin quiz for AJ this morning, and he needs another contestant. So, if somebody wants to call in to our bar phone, you can go up against AJ this morning because I've got the Led Zeppelin quiz of the century.
Okay, so Jose wants to know.
Jose,
if we have any take on Oprah's possible run.
Jose's
at 2020.
not here, huh?
Oprah's run at 2020.
Oh, man, she ain't gonna run. She ain't gonna run. She ain't stupid.
There'd be a whole lot of scandals coming out.
She's not gonna go from 120% popularity rate to a 50% because she'd lose 50% of the people that like her.
It's like Michael Jordan. Whenever they were asking him, was he Democrat or Republican? He said, "I'm not going to answer you." He said, "Why not?" He said, "Because Democrats buy my tennis shoes and Republicans buy my tennis shoes, and I want to keep it that way."
Yeah, right. Well, I get it. I get it. Half the country's split. Yeah. I can see it on Facebook. Half the people on my Facebook page are Dems, and half of them are Republicans, and it's you're going to piss off somebody, but you can't just. It's just hard to be silent about some of this stuff. Sitting back and looking at it, from an impartial perspective, it's hard to see this crap go on and not say something. But I do restrain myself at times. But anyway, we've got a Led Zeppelin quiz, so I need someone to call in. AJ needs someone to go up against this morning.
Wants to know what's the prize.
The prize is one of our Deep Ellum Brewing Company. What is this called? What's that? Yeah, glass holder. Yeah. Get one of these, autographed by DC and AJ. Yeah, there you go.
Coasters.
Autographed coaster.
Thanks, Jarvis.
Yeah, autographed coaster. Man, we need some help. Autographed coaster. AJ's on Main and Deep Ellum Brewing. So this is the prize. Call in. We're waiting. meantime, while we're waiting for our next contestant to call in, I got a package in the mail from my old buddy, Buddy Whittington. This is my Christmas present, he said. And I wanted to open it on camera.
This is the negatives.
Yeah, this is the negatives. Looky there. To DC from John Mayall. John Mayall of the John Mayall and the Blues Breakers. Wow. John Mayall in concert plus special guest, the Buddy Whittington Band. Souvenir program straight from Europe. That is freaking awesome. Looky there. To DC from John Mayall. That is awesome, buddy. Thank you so much. That is absolutely too cool. Look at that. Woo. Yeah, Buddy just got back, I guess, from a little tour over there and played with John Mayall. Look at that. There's John. Yeah, Buddy has played, just a Fort Worth guy, has played with, gosh, on stage with Mick Nelson of the Stones.
Me?
Not you, AJ.
Phenomenal.
Peter Green. Eric Clapton. I mean, he's played with some of the greats.
AJ Gillinger.
And he's great. There's Buddy. AJ Gillinger. There's Buddy. Wow. What a deal. Buddy, I love you, man. This is awesome. What a Christmas gift. So Buddy tells me he's got something for me, and I knew he just came back, so I was pretty excited. So I ran down to the post office right around Christmas, and lo and behold, it was too big to go in my box. Instead of putting it in one of those after-hour boxes, they just held it in the back. So I finally went down the other day and got it, and couldn't wait to open it, but I wanted to open it on camera so maybe Buddy could see. But there you go, Buddy. Thank you so much. Thank you, John Mayall. Appreciate the autograph there, brother. That's too cool. All right. And I guess, Buddy, I owe you $1.82 for the postage. So I tell you, when I see you, Buddy, it's a beer and $1.82.
Have you heard of Larry Lampkin from Fort Worth?
Larry Lampkin, absolutely.
Jose was asking.
Larry's my blues brother. He's supposed to be in Memphis this month in a contest.
That's how I got to Memphis.
Really? Yeah.
Contest.
Blues contest. Yeah. Zeppelin.
Yeah.
You won the Zeppelin quiz. Mm-hmm. You may win it today because I don't know if anybody's got the balls to call in and compete with you. They know that you're up on all your Zeppelin stuff. But anyway, you guys be praying for old Larry Lampkin. He's either in or should be going to Memphis soon and competing in the Blues Challenge. There'll be a lot of bands there, like 200 or so. And he's our Fort Worth guy. And so you wish him luck. Bring home the bacon, Larry.
That's the price, bacon?
Yeah, I don't know. I'd like it. I like bacon. Do you like bacon?
I love bacon.
Me too. I like pork.
You know what's better than bacon?
What?
Bacon.
Yeah. You know, I like pork tamales.
Yeah.
Much better than beef.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I like them both. I don't discriminate.
I like the pork tamales. But, okay, we need a contestant. Someone call in and go up against AJ. Hey, you know what? Did we talk about the fact that the Trump media is 3 times more negative than Obama was?
Oh.
I got an update on our Kim Jong Un.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Selling like hotcakes?
Oh, man, they're flying off the shelves. You guys can get yours, too. Don't forget. Our special, absolutely, our special Kim Jong Un fat, flat Kim. We're going 2 for the price of 1, so for $10, you too can own a fat Kim Jong Un.
Fat boy.
Fat boy, yeah. So you can get
Rocket
yours.
Man.
Actually, in last week you'll remember. Oh, it's interesting you said Rocket Man. Actually, last week you'll remember we told you could get the rocket with him. Always got new accessories here at Barside Jive Live. So besides the rocket, we now have some different hairstyles.
Hairstyle he's got is Rocket Man.
Oh yeah, it's totally rocket. You like
a
it?
Q-tip.
You like it? Yeah. Well, here's a new hairstyle. You guys. Okay. Pretty cool, kind of fun. Yep. And then if you want something a little different, something a little old school.
Like he's on the...
We've got the old school look for Kim. And then, last but not least, we've got a third option. And you can get the modified 70s look. So now, your fat, flat Kim Jong Un, fat, flat, non-Stanley doll, you get 3 different hairstyles. Don't forget, $10.
Trump hair for him?
Boy, you just blew it for me. You're too impatient. You got to just give me a minute. I did research and find that actually Kim Jong Un, his hairstyle has been very popular. As you can see, even Trump has donned the Kim Jong Un look.
Jarvis wants to know if y'all accept this.
We accept anything.
And even Putin kind of does the Kim Jong Un look. And even Brock's doing the Kim Jong Un thing. See, it's pretty popular. Oh, got one more. Brad Pitt. He's looking kind of gangsta.
It's hot.
So I guess me and AJ ought to be next. We ought to get the Kim Jong Un look. 747-477-2898. Call in. Go up against AJ on the Led Zeppelin quiz. We've only got a few minutes. Maybe the phone's broke. Nope. I guess not. Okay, well, anybody watching?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for a lack of someone with balls enough to call in, Morgan, you want to go up against your dad? Okay, come on, get over here.
What am I doing?
We're having a competition. We're having a competition. Get right here. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here. Okay. Okay, here we go. First question. Led Zeppelin's first album, imaginatively entitled Led Zeppelin, was released in 1969. The sleeve of the album featured a picture of which famous airship? 1. Graf Zeppelin. 2. Hindenburg. 3. USS Akron. And 4. R-101.
Ding.
What?
The Hindenburg?
Hindenburg is the answer. Hey. Hey,
You like
10
my
points
buzzer?
for the girls team.
I was waiting for the blimp.
Okay. The band didn't waste any time recording their second album, Led Zeppelin II, being released later in 1969. What is the opening track on this album, which would go on to become their only top 10 single on the Billboard chart, as well as an enduring live favorite? 1, The Lemon Song. 2, Moby Dick. 3, Ramble On. Or 4, Whole Lot of Love.
Whole Lot of Love.
You gotta go. What was your answer?
Whole Lot of Love.
You got it.
I was like, ooh.
10 for the guy's side. Okay. Led Zeppelin's third album, released in October of '70, was called, yes, you guessed it, Led Zeppelin III.
Wow.
What
Those guys
was-
are so fucking original.
Yeah, very imaginative. What was the name of the song on the album that contains references to the Vikings with lyrics such as "To fight the horde and sing the cry, Valhalla, I am coming"? 1, Celebration Day. 2, That's the Way. 3, Immigrant Song. Or 4, Gallows Pole.
4. Gallows Pole.
Immigrant Song. Okay, one more for the ladies. We got 20 to 10. Come on, don't let us down.
Should ask me something about George.
In 1973, George Jones Led Zeppelin released his fifth album.
What's the title?
And the first with a unique title, Houses of the Holy. Which song on the album was reggae influenced? A, Dire Maker. B, Dancing Days. C, The Crunch. And D, No Quarter.
B. Pick C.
You want me to repeat?
See?
A, Dire Maker. So still 20 to 10. Okay, Presence, Led Zeppelin's seventh studio album, was released in '76. What was the name of the album's opening and longest track, whose title contains the name of a Greek mythical hero? 1, Jason and the Golden Fleece. 2, Hercules. 3, Achilles' Last Stand. And 4, The Fire of Prometheus. AJ?
I picked one. I put B.
Hercules?
Yeah.
Is that your last
That's my
final
final
answer?
I'm going to say D.
D,
All
The
of the
Fire
above.
of Prometheus?
Yeah.
Achilles' Last Stand. The answer was C. Still at 20 to 10 with one more question. So you've got one chance to tie it up, and you've got a chance to not only take the lead, but to win the
Stairway to Heaven. Least favorite song of everybody in the world.
Physical Graffiti was the only studio double album recorded by Led Zeppelin, the standout track on the album contains the lyrics, "All I see turns to brown as the sun burns the ground, and my eyes fill with sand as I scan this wasted land."
Sounds like Abilene.
1, Kashmir. Sounds like Afghanistan. 1, Kashmir. 2, Down by the Seaside. 3, Trampled Underfoot. And 4, The Rover.
Kashmir.
The Rover.
gotta do your thing.
She didn't either.
The roper. I didn't.
AJ?
Say them again.
Cashmere.
Yeah.
One.
Cashmere.
Cashmere?
Yeah.
Oh, let the sun beat down upon my face. Stars to fill my dreams. I am a traveler of all time and space.
That's it, buddy. All right, you tied it up. Girls and boys.
Used to play that in band.
That was good. Y'all did good. All right.
Here.
Y'all gonna split it?
Well, she made it.
We just cut it down the middle.
She made it.
You won the prize. It's an autograph. Yeah, autograph coaster. We should have Barside Jive coasters.
Wow.
These are better. No, we could make our own and have Barside Jive coasters. Huh?
Those don't cost anything.
I know we could have our own. It'd be kind of cool. Anything else on the agenda? I got shit to do. I'm going to go pretty soon.
Someone's glad to see that you're talking today.
That's nice. What is up with your George Jones fetish?
What's up with your
Led Zeppelin.
Well,
fetish?
that's pretty obvious. Led Zeppelin's the lifeblood, man.
Well, how many number ones did you just say they had?
Zeppelin is lifeblood. It's the root of all beginnings.
Really?
Yeah. From the late 60s.
You like the shit out of Stairway to Heaven, then, huh?
No. Well, it's not my. It's not, let's get the hell out of here. We got beer to drink and got shit to do.
So I'm AJ.
And I'm DC, and you know, if you want to call in, you got our number. You want to see our videos, you know where to go. You want to get some good barbecue, come down here to AJ's on Main. In fact, you can come down now, he's open. And get you some beef rib. They're lining up at the door, AJ. Get you a beef rib, and what else you got that's good?
Pulled pork.
Pulled pork? Yeah, pulled pork is good. Hey, what's the special today?
Pulled pork.
Pulled pork's on special today. So come down and see AJ and ask for the pulled pork. And we will, when's our next show? Next Tuesday? We got another show next Tuesday, 10:41 a.m. Stop by, call us, or just watch us. See you next time.
What the? Oh, crap! Cool. Yeah. Bleh.